Hi, Uriel.
Hey, Iago.
Thank you for being here, and thank you everyone that is might watching us. And actually, today is very special. That's why I call it Unluck Game Talks the Beginning. It's in some way a bit weird, it's in some way a bit strange, but I think it's going to be very cool and it's going to be the beginning. I'm sure that me and Uriel, and maybe other people in the future, will be doing this a lot, and we will discuss about games, and we'll discuss about game design, maybe a bit of a game industry, and so on and so forth. So, in case you don't know me, I am Diego Cutie. I am a game designer. I have 16 years of experience in this world. I make games. I write about games, making books on game design. I play
Game
games.
books, if we can.
Yes, more than one. And I play games, of course, which is why we're here. But before going further, I'll let Uriel introduce himself.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Muriel. I've got much less experience than Diego, but still, I'm also a game designer and level designer. I've been working for the last 3.5 years of my life on Dino Trail, a small indie game, and doing a little bit of B2B also in the industry. But this is my passion, so I'm very happy to be here with Diego to talk about design and talk about the games that we are actually playing. We've been playing co-op games for a while now, so
Yes.
it's very interesting to finally be able to share what we have been saying with other people too.
And I actually see that we already have 4 people watching us. So thank you for dedicating your time. I appreciate that. And feel free to write on chat. We can see that and answer you. I'm trying to keep this event and the future event of Unlike Game Talks very interactive. Now, why it's called Unlock Game Talks? Let's start with the reason. And the reason is that me and Uriel play co-op games by 2 years. Uriel, I think, maybe
Yeah,
more.
about 2 years, a couple of years, a little bit more maybe.
Maybe more. Okay, as I say, I'm not sure. And we never start at the right time because there is always a problem when we start. Sometimes my computer doesn't work. Sometimes the connection is bad. Sometimes I don't know the voice chat doesn't work. So the first 30 minutes is always fixing problems and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we have been encountering every possible technical problem for connection on network or whatever. And I think we've also been encountering every single possible bad design decision now when it comes to co-op gaming and actually being able to just enter in the same lobby. Uh,
Absolutely. Oh my God, yes, so many. We will talk about that. Also, hi Dynalo. Thank you for being here.
hey.
And once again, I appreciate the fact that you guys are dedicating time for listening to us. So that's why Unlock Game Talks, because basically, me and Uriel play one night a week co-op game, and we have to waste 30 minutes because it never goes right the first time.
Yeah, that's Murphy's law. We already know it with one
Exactly.
hand.
Yes. Yes. At this point, it's it's part of the experience.
Yeah, and if it's not the game or the computer, it's always Discord.
Oh yes,
Has
of course.
been
Yes.
helping us so much in not being able to actually talk
Oh yeah, we have done so many things like having Discord on a
on the
phone
phone.
because it wasn't working on PC in order to do so. Unlock Game Talks. So, what is this live event that also become a podcast and will become a video on LinkedIn and a video on YouTube? I will kind of post it everywhere. First is an unfiltered, fully interacting, so we can talk to each other and you can talk with us writing on the chat about co-op games. Me and Uriel is 2 years that we play co-op games. We have played great co-op games. We have played not great
Not
co-op
so
games.
game.
Exactly. We have played bad co-op game. And what happens is, once again, hi Alberto. Thank
Hey.
you for being here. And oh my god, how much creepy is your image? I think it's perfect
Yeah,
for the time. And oh
almost
my
as
god,
creepy as our image for
exactly
it.
our logo that I didn't manage to have as a digital background the next time. And oh my god, there is Vittorio. Ciao Vittorio. What time is in Seattle? So for people who doesn't know, Vittorio is an ex-student, a great student, and now he's working in Seattle in America for an amazing company and an amazing game, which I don't know if I can tell live because of NDA and things. So if Vittorio can say that, sure, he will tell us. Otherwise, I will just say awesome and he's in Seattle and he's very, very, very cool. Otherwise, I will not say anymore because I don't want to put him. Oh, you
You
can tell
can
us.
tell everything.
Perfect. Oh, 11. Oh, okay, so it's perfect. Here is 8:30, and Vittorio works for Lorcana and Disney, and is absolutely amazing because he's making one of the coolest game that came out in recent years, and it's a very difficult game because believe me, TCG is incredible. And actually, if you're interested, maybe in a future Unluck Game Talks, we can have him live and talk about TCG game design. Just to tell you how impressed I'm by that is that I always tell Vittorio that when he will come back in Italy eventually, he has to do a special module in AIV where I teach about TCG design because it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it'll be super interesting. I'd be very happy to hear about that.
Yes, me too, me too. Don't take me wrong. I I will be super happy, especially because I'm a TCG player. I play Magic by what is it? Was 2003 when I started, so more than 20 years. And it's a drag. Okay, it is a drag. Let's be honest. Some people take cocaine. Some people buy Magic the Gathering. That's me. Oh, we'll be honored. Oh, so perfect. We already have decided something for the future. So we have Vittorio. And oh my God, we passed to 8 people. So we doubled. So once again, thank you everyone for being here and giving us your time. And feel free. I repeat that periodically because new people join. Feel free to write. We answer everything. We wanted to keep this very friendly and very interactive. Now, what we are going to talk about today? What specific game are we talking today? We are talking about Figment 2. Figment 2 is the last game. No, not the last game. Maybe the third
Uh,
last.
yeah, I think we've played the roguelike game after
Is
Figment 2, the
okay.
pixel
So
art.
second to last. Okay, second to
Yeah.
last. Second to last co-op game that we played, me and Uriel. And I'll put it. Of course, Uriel, jump in anytime you're feeling it. So, what is Figment? Figment is a co-op game, and I already don't fully agree it's a co-op game.
Co-op game.
It's a co-op game.
Yeah, it's very strange that we are starting
Just
from a
follow me,
game that
Piper.
it's
The
not
nightmare ran this
truly a
way.
co-op game.
Exactly.
Soon,
So,
the light will be
how
shrouded
did
in
we play
darkness.
that, Uriel?
Eh,
Feel free to
The fear
explain
of the dark is
how
just
we
a
did it.
small scale.
Yeah, basically, it's Figment 2, so there was a Figment 1. That was a fully single-player game. They tried to push this second chapter of the saga into the multiplayer, but they didn't really go through with that because basically,
You
as you can
bet,
see on the
Birdie.
screen,
We've
one
got
of the two
this.
characters is Figment, the
Let's clear the
blue
mind of this gloom and lighten the mood.
Creature.
humanoid-shaped creature, yes,
We can't
and
pass through
that's
this
a
thick gloom.
full character
Oh
with
my
full
God,
range
we
of.
have Brad. Sorry to interrupt you. Yo,
Oh,
man,
sorry.
thank you so much for being here, Brad.
Be careful, Dusty.
It's
Nasty
one of the
shivers
best
in our
designer in the entire
Luckily,
game
my
industry
trusty
and a
sword
big
will
friend
clear
of
a
mine.
path.
And wow, it's awesome, man. Thank you for being here.
Shrubs.
Feel free to write. We talk. We chat. It's
A
super
blue
friendly.
synapse battery. Great. Let's light
Hey,
up
man,
this
it's all true.
place.
No need for love. Is I'm just spitting truth.
Hey, Brad, nice to meet you. So yes, one of the character is a normal character. The second one is the little bird,
The
and
lamppost
basically that
shines right
character
through the
can
gloom.
move around,
Hey, Dusty.
attack, but not all of the time,
That tree's falling
and
down.
nothing more. So one
It's
of the two people is actually playing the game while the other is
Healthy and
giving moral
refreshing.
support, maybe.
exactly. This is very funny because that's why we say that this game is kind of co-op. Because the
Sprouts are
player who
spitty
plays
around here.
the
The hog's food
blue
has broken
creature
everything.
is
Nobody
actually
take
the
it,
player.
buddy.
The player who plays the bird, as Uriel said, is a kind of moral support and also ultra power up creature because he can't die.
Dirt sprouts.
Oh, poor plants. The
You
hog's
absolutely
leaves
cannot
wreck
take damage, and while you can see that the main character has to go through certain path and
Now we
has
can
to do a little bit of not really platforming but puzzle mechanics to move around. The bird can just fly everywhere. It's not bound to mortal constraints or anything that would damage the main
Yes,
character.
mortal
We need
constraints
a
is the
blueprint
right
to the
word.
path to the right.
And to answer to Dynalo, actually does less compared to Mario Galaxy. It's really moral support. As you can see here in the video right now, this is not a co-op video. This is single player,
There you go, Dusty.
and the game is fully playable in single player. So it is a single player game in which you can have someone else being next to you. And I know what you're thinking, guys. You're thinking, okay, Diego, if you and Uriel play
The right
co-op
path
game,
is
then why you
clear.
play the
We've
non-co-op
got a
game?
pig to roast.
And this here, I think, is interesting because this co-op game, which is not a co-op game or is a partially co-op game,
Uh-oh.
well, first is a good game, and we will talk about that too. But also, it kind of have an element that me and Uriel were searching sometimes in a co-op game, which is honking.
Lurking in the dark killing light.
And wait, this is very interesting, and I'll stop the video here now because we talk about that. What do I mean by talking? Also, new people join us. Thank you for giving us your time. And feel free to write in the chat. We answer everything, super friendly. Join us. Very, very simple. What do I mean talking? Well, me and Uriel use our co-op session also to update each other on the week. And sometimes when the game is very intense, you can't do that. You have to focus on the experience,
Yeah,
not
we are
dying.
not that good at playing video games that we can also talk while we are
Yeah,
playing.
it's especially I am terrible at playing games, so I need that. So a game like this, a game in which basically one of the two player kind of really is not playing, is the perfect occasion for talking. Vittoria said the board basically is Yumi AFK gameplay while cooking. Yes, basically yes, it's exactly that. So this is a co-op game that is interesting because it's not really a co-op game, and in some way is also a co-op game because allow you to, from a design point of view, have socializing experience, talking with the other friends that you're talking to. I don't know if you want to add something on that.
And it worked so well that it actually worked better than most of the other games, co-op games that we have been playing, because it was a long time, I think, that we were playing games, but we were not talking so much while playing. So when we started out the game, it was like, okay, so we cannot really play. This is not really a co-op game. Maybe we'll test it out tonight. We only have like I think the first time that we tried it out, it was at the end of a gaming session. So we had like half an hour of an hour or an hour. Okay, we will try it out. Let's see if we will keep playing this, or maybe we'll drop it. It was like, oh, well, but the game is actually interesting. It's not sucking so much to actually chat while we are playing. Maybe we'll try it out a second time next time. And at the end, we played 9 hours. We completed the full game for, I think, a month. We spent playing the game.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Diego, the walkthrough is 2 hours, 3 hours. How we can take 9 hours? We are bad, okay? We are bad. We told you that. We are very bad.
And we need to add 30 minutes at the start of each single session to just understand how to successfully play together, because we were playing with the remote play on Steam, and well, it doesn't really work that well within the context of this game. Let's say that the input control system was often confused, and one person was able to control both characters with the same gamepad.
I told you we are unlucky game folks. So, and actually, before continuing on co-op, just because it happens here, I want to talk one of the reason, and that was Uriel was saying that at the end we played this game because it's a good game. And one of the reasons that I personally love this game is this.
Will turn us into Night.
Oh! Whoa! Watch!
So, in case I don't know if you hear it or not, please let us know because we are not expert in streaming. This boss battle was synced. The boss was singing to the main character. And that's all the boss battle in the games. The boss battle in the game have a very special music with unique lyrics in which the main character, and the evil character, or the villain, let's call it in that way, sing to each other. And they are so cool. They are so cool. It's one of the coolest things of this game. It's not the only one. There are other elements, but it's so cool. In the meantime, so it's a bit like school where you will take 3 separate lessons to finish. Exactly. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. That's our ability. You will notice that if you will follow future talks. And thank you for confirming that you can hear. So this, I know it's simple and I know it's silly and it's like, okay,
That's where
Diego,
you're
it's
going,
just the fact that you can hear a song.
Why don't they
And
just
yes,
wanna
it's
suck
true.
it out?
It's only
There
about
will
that,
always
but
be
also
things to
it's
fear.
so well
Being
connected
courageous
in
is
this
not
world because
letting
we
them
didn't
stop you.
actually talk about the story a
That's
bit.
not why.
You want to
I'm
do
not
it,
scared
Uriel?
of
I
the
do it.
dark. Just
Oh yeah, it's okay. So basically, the whole setting of this game and also of the first game is about music. Diego, I sent you the link to the images or the key images of the both the first and the second
Oh, perfect.
game.
I will show it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
In
don't
the
worry.
meantime, you can.
So the main focus of the setting is all about music. Each part of the world is characterized with a specific music genre. There is the mayor of the city who only talks by rapping during the whole game. So music is a central argument in the game, and they were able to convey this through basically most of the mechanics because all of the characters, all of the boss fights have a strong musical theme, and the other central theme of the game is the mind, the well-being of the mind. So basically, it tells the story. I don't know how much we want to spoil about the narrative of the game. I
Right,
think
that is a good question, actually. I don't know. Well, we don't spoil too much, but let's
yes, I
say,
will start by not spoiling anything,
yeah.
and then they can
But
tell
well, we
us.
can say that you are inside the mind. That's it being told.
Mhm. Yes, exactly. You are inside the mind, and you are helping the mind getting better. So these are the two focus, the two big narrative focus, the mind and music, and they were able to incorporate both of these in most mechanics, very interesting mechanics with the switches and all of that.
And regarding what you're saying, Dinolo, actually, you are completely right. The game, like right now, so the normal exploration slash fighting and things like that, it's not a rhythmic game. But actually, most of boss fight are rhythmic games because
Yes.
the attack of the boss, the defensive, and everything else, it's kind of basically connected to the music that you're hearing. I will speed through. In the meantime, you can continue to talk, Uriel. I'll speed through to the next boss fight so you can
Mhm.
guys see that. Okay, let's see if
Okay, I think
I
you already
finish
found
it.
it.
Okay, it's this perfect.
Think of something.
Prepare to be devoured by darkness. As shadows fall, you quickly sense that I'm here. You have a constant fear that someone is always near.
And there we go. Now you will start notice that he will start singing again.
Train a pig.
Ring!
Get
real shape. Ha! This little piggy should have stayed home.
And one of the elements, without going too much in spoiler in the meantime, is that this element of the mind is so well done. Like, it's a very well metaphor in which everything happens.
Like death awaits you.
He's coming for you.
See, now the music is faster. Okay. And I continue. I'll pass to the next boss, and
Yeah, I think a better example is when he actually
fights more. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go. In the meantime, you can talk. I will search for the next.
Mhm. So yeah, basically most of the puzzle inside the game and even the characters that we encounter are all skinned to make sense in the context of the mind, and they did so in a super interesting manner. Without spoiling, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
I think we can find an example and actually show examples with the video.
Yeah. Well, here in the meantime, I can put the music. So.
The wind of someone under your bed.
The music is preparing.
Like death awaits you.
I mean, even the one that we are seeing here, it's a very basic but very good example, because this, as you can see, big creature, then actually when he's revealed to the light, it becomes a tiny pig. It's a fear. It's a literal fear. And one of the things about fear is that they look gigantic, they look scared, they look that. But then when you face them, or you analyze them, which is represented by facing them, literally the main character beat them with a stick, and the light being, of course, the mind and the reasoning, they become smaller and weaker, and they are not so scary. And it's a very simple metaphor, don't take me wrong. No one is saying here that it's Freud, but it's very well done, and it's very good, and it's very meaningful. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, because then, of course, the game goes into, say, his real theme.
And I'd also say that it's very coherent inside the game, because this black reddish smoke that we see here, the boss uses it to actually corrupt the environment around, and we'll find the same smoke all around the map, and it's going to corrupt and to transform other things into enemies that we will fight throughout the game. And that's still because when there is fear, everything becomes more confused, more chaotic. We are not able to actually confront our fears if we don't take them frontally. And even smaller things start to become problems.
In fact, one of the elements is that the main character, not the bird, the bird is a god. The bird is immune to everything, as we said before. But the main character is being referred multiple times in the story as a representation of courage. A representation of the fact that what you need to beat a fear, and is courage. And of course, the main character also is represented in this way. It's very upfront, it's very confident. And those little blue other NPC that you saw, those are opinions. And is another one of the cool elements of this game, which is the mind is populated by opinions of various facts, and some opinions are intelligent, some opinions are less intelligent, some opinions are funny, some opinions are open, some opinions are closed-minded. And that is a very beautiful and interesting element, which, once again, it's very simple about that, but it's also very interesting, the fact that you can talk to an opinion, and this opinion agrees with you, this opinion doesn't agree with you, this opinion is open-minded, and this opinion is closed-minded, because that's the truth, that everyone has different opinions. Sometimes you have an opinion that is right on something and wrong on something else, but it all populates your mind. Here, probably going to talk with an opinion. Let's see. This opinion looks worried, does he say? Okay, these opinions say, oh my god, the music, this music is corrupting the young. It's a very classic things that by a boomer style. But that opinion is enjoy the music.
Ooh, a bunch of shards. That stone's glowing. There must be more shards in there.
A little bit of brute force will get him out.
As you can see, brute force because it's courage. It does that.
This is the core theme for throughout the whole game. Courage tends to
Shards are
try and
merging,
use the brute force to
I
solve
can't make
most
out what they're
problems.
forming.
They must be pieces of a memory.
And these shards that you saw are basically a collectible. When you get 50% of them, 100% of them in each level, you unlock
Who's
a
that?
piece
Huh?
of the history of the mind that you are
That's our
populating.
nightmare.
So you know
And the
what's his
reason they did
life, what they did it, what's their fear.
Some core memories
Exactly. If you saw
inside out.
Inside Out is a core memory. Basically, you are unlocking a core memory. The character that you saw run away is the one that is in the we show you, let's say, in the key art
On the
of
cover.
the game, and it's the main antagonist of the experience.
A red battery. Should be useful for changing the tune around here.
Now, as you can see, the game on a gameplay point of view, it's very simple. You have 3 attacks, an infinite roll. You have an attacks after a specific roll. The puzzle itself are about collecting things and bring back other things. So nothing of that is incredibly unique. Then why we played it all? Because the metaphor. This is a very beautifully crafted metaphorical game about psychology. Now I know that you're saying, "Oh, we say that a lot of time and we didn't explain." We don't want to spoiling it to you, but it's a game that I feel that I think people should play because it does really.
There's peace in the valley again. As a small token of my appreciation, feel free to take anything you need from my scrap garden.
Oh, I like the fun song better.
To me, they sounded the same.
See, Courage doesn't care about that.
Smoky.
This opinion like this song better, but this opinion might not like it, and that's okay. That's another interesting element that in a lot of this part of the game you will see the opinion disagree with each other very, very often.
Yes. And you are even able to change the mind of the opinions through an in-game mechanic that you kind of mentioned it before, so I will just say it. I find it very interesting. There are gates around the levels that you can, if you are the main character, you can hit them, and it will switch from an open mind to a closed mind, and this will automatically change how every single opinion in the map interacts with the character and how they are thinking, because they are also switching between an open mind and a closed mind mindset. And along with this opinion, also there are physical gates in the level that will be open with the open mind and closed with the closed mind. So it's literally unlocking new parts of the map that the player can go around. So it's also interesting to find the balance between opening the parts of the map you want to get and leaving the opinion in the right state of mind so that they will actually help you achieving what you want to do.
Exactly. And this puzzle that you're seeing here is a puzzle that me and Will did together. And this is one of the parts in which this kind of like light co-op elements come into it, because while the courage character can active, the flying character can actually think about how to solve the puzzle. I actually remember that that's exactly what happened. I was playing in that case courage, and was Uriel to find the solution to the puzzle and told me, "Oh, Diego, go back, do this," and it was like, "Oh, okay." So this is a part of things that can happen with this type of light co-op game. Although this is a game that I not necessarily suggest as a co-op game. I suggest it mainly as this is the opening and closing the mind,
Yes.
and
And
I suggest this as a single player game, unless you want to play an experience, as we said, in which basically is just chit chatting. Because also something that you notice is why the game is very narrative heavy and is very interesting on the narrative side. The talking is not that much. There is plenty of area in which two players can talk to each other. And here we have an opinion, and I will hear the opinion on tradition as open mind. Challenge our tradition or will never progress. And if you go on the closed mind and you talk with again with this opinion, I don't know if the video will do that. This opinion will say something like, tradition is the most important thing. We should never challenge them.
Yeah, they're about security and etc. Yes, I think playing the game together felt a lot like old times when I was just at some of my friends' home and they were playing or I was playing and the other was not playing. We were just together chatting while one of the two was playing. The feeling was very similar because I played a lot as the bird in our playthrough, so I could just put down the controller and look at you playing, and it was okay because the game was still advancing. It was a nice feeling. I hadn't had that for a long time.
Oh, as you can see, someone just unlock a core memory. So this is a core memory of the mind that we are inhabiting. And now, in case you're thinking, okay, what is the relevance of that? It's very important because by unlocking this core memory, you understand a bit more about the condition and the person that has this mind. And this helps the players, so me and Uriel in this case, to better understanding the metaphor. Because certain things become clear when you unlock certain memories and you understand certain things. Like, if he has this core memory, is this type of person, and if he's this type of person, then this makes sense. Vittorio said, the art style mixed with top-down gameplay and the level design so make everything look 2D. Yes, it's true. Cult of the Lamb bit. I don't. Horizon some mental disorder. I think that the art style is very unique and very beautiful, and I think it's very, very well made. And I think it's crafted. I think it's done in 2Ds, and I think that is in purpose because the game, once again, on the gameplay side, is not really that heavy. So kind of look like an old style game could be a way to express this simplicity of the game experience. So at least that's how I see it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think regarding the game mechanics, it's extremely simple, but they were able to craft some very interesting puzzle and especially boss fight. If I think about the last boss fight, was extremely interesting to play, even if the mechanics were just move around and hit stuff.
Absolutely, but that's happened in a lot of the boss fight. Also because there's this music component. Like sometimes it's just enjoyable. Listen, dance, singing. Because of course also they sing about relevant narrative elements, let's say. Now, of course, this is also a limit. What do I mean is that this game is not a long game. Okay, it can't sustain a long experience in the with this type of gameplay. Now, here in this video, we saw there was 3 hours, which I think it's kind of correct. He's not doing anything. He's not talking with many people. So I think if you actually do it, let's say in the way that the designer intended that, it's probably a 5 to 6 hour game.
Yeah.
Which is okay for the amount of gameplay they sustain. Also, just because it happens, I want you guys to notice how very simple but well made from a level design point of view this area is done. Because if
It
you
won't
notice,
budge. Don't get your hopes up, Piper. Oh,
they are dangerous. But then you discover that the white one can be killed.
Getting
And
to
then
the
you
man's
have
bedroom is kind of
the
difficult.
green area to
Used to
recharge
be
your energy.
worse.
So the
When
energy
mine
that you
was
lost
young,
by
it was total
learning the
chaos.
mechanics.
Thought
So
blocks just
red
floating and
balls are
crashing into
dangerous
each other.
and killable,
Things were
and white
different
balls
before I
are
joined the
dangerous
team.
but killable.
I defeated one of the biggest nightmares
Is
during
instantly
my time. Teen angst.
understood.
Mm.
This is
And
very
you
school
also
style
get the
level
review, the reward for completing the
Exactly.
challenge.
And this is like very simple, no one here is talking about, oh my god, this is revolutionary level design or anything like that. No, but it's very well done. And look, now we have challenge again, same, a bit of health to recharge on the challenge, change of pace, the reward for the player. And now we go into the boss fight. And the boss fight will use this mechanic. This is a typical Nintendo style design.
Hey, you there! Red Fry!
What? Me?
Wasn't the mind better before that annoying kid and boring wife showed up?
No worries!
No chores,
Just party!
Now everything is just messed up and dull.
Are you done yet?
Not at all.
We're here to shake things up! Woo! Damn! Everything's so dead and boring!
Everything is nearly dead.
Wake up when you still have the chance! Yeah, there's a party waiting!
So get out of your head.
Now, the player can do that and learn that because he learns that the red balls are dangerous.
And your autonomy.
Look at the symmetry!
And sing along with me.
Act like an idiot!
Just like an idiot.
Make your identity!
Be who you want.
And this is exactly the mindset that they use for the whole game. They take one aspect of one item, in this case the balls, and they explore it through all possible combinations of the same object. So it's going to be always a different challenge. It's going to feel very different, but basically it's always about the same red ball.
Exactly. And as you can see, there are this area, this moment in which the player can, of course, attack. Specific area in which the player has to defend.
The fear of clowns. Done and dusted.
Phew, great work.
Just another day at the office.
And now here I will stop it, not because the game, but then this is the true start of the game. And probably talking about the real start of the game, you probably notice some incoherence between what the main character just said, fear of clowns, and what the clown was saying compared to the previous boss, which instead was about fear, was like, I'm a big fear and you will be killed and things like that. So this is the interesting part, and this is where I say, while the metaphors are very simple, they are very well constructed and they're very well. And there is a moment that me and both Uriel loved so much, so much, that if you want, we can spoil just a bit. Otherwise, you will notice when you will reach, let's say, a city in darkness. Let's call it in this way. And it's probably, for me at least, I don't know for you, Uriel, but for me, is the top moment of the game.
Yeah, I think we can actually show it without spoiling. If we don't spoil too much of the context,
I'm
it's
searching,
not
so
about
you
the
can-
narrative. It's like a little Easter egg, very nice.
Okay, I'll search it in this way, and then you can tell like a bit.
Okay, so basically, the character is trying to repair the moral compass of the mind, and that for some reason is currently broken. So it's trying to do a certain amount of things, and it will find itself going into the filter that usually opinions have to pass through to get out from the mouth. So good opinions, if they pass the filter, they can go out into the world. and this is the place where not good opinion are discarded. Yes.
And so, what are these opinions? This is the coolest part. These are opinion about conspiracy theories or other things like that. You can see from it.
I think the audio is very, very low from the video, Diego.
Yes, I'll probably stop it.
Okay, enough already.
Man, we won't be able to pass unless we find someone who can make these opinions move aside.
I hope he will talk with you.
The
Astro.
stars have aligned. You eclipse me. Why?
That piece of paper you've got there, I kind of need that.
Fell from the sky. I think it's my horoscope.
No, that's a piece of the engine page.
It says I am driven and oil consuming. This is so true for me.
What?
Dusty, I bet we can find something that fits this guy even better and make a trait.
So this is the classic concept for which someone read the horoscope and thinks it's connected to itself.
It's an empty notebook. Maybe someone around here has some wisdom we can put in it. Someone had a party here?
What a mess.
Forget about cleaning up. We'll just build a spaceship and terraform another planet to live on. Easy as pie.
I recognize a certain, let's say, reference in this one.
No, it's just a casualty, Diego.
Just a casualty, no doubt. So we are getting close to the end of the stream. Our stream tends to be 45 minutes. And I think we thought maybe 1 hour if there is questions. So now, if any of you has any question about the game or this specific, we're going to wrap up with me and Uriel. And of course, next week we will talk about a different co-op game. This time, an actual co-op game. So in general, this is my opinion, suggest Figment 2? Yes, highly suggested. I highly suggest this game because it's a beautiful game. It's a very short game, very nice in single player, still nice in co-op if someone just wants to talk and not really playing. But a really beautiful metaphor on the mind, on psychology, on how to surpassing certain things, how to grow as a person. And these are themes that are very difficult to do. It's not easy to do this theme. And while it's true that this game is kind of like doing them a bit easier than other game because by not being real, you can, creating things that are necessary to express the theme itself, it does very well, which is not many games do. Many games fail at making actual interesting metaphor on the mind and explaining difficult concepts of psychology. Now, you know that I love psychology, so this is kind of like top for me. But I think this will be a very good game. And I also think this can be a very good family game, not for kids. But, if you are with your partner or brother or things like that, can be a very good game.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I think this is a very good example of less is more, how with the extremely polished simplicity, the game managed to achieve so much. So I totally agree. I also truly suggest this game, not so much as a co-op game, but rather as a single-player game. And it really made me curious to also try the first one.
Yes, absolutely. Because we didn't try the first one. We jumped directly into the second one. And as I say, next Thursday, same time, we will do another game. This time a real co-op. There are so many co-ops, so don't worry. We suggest you to play the game. Once again, in case someone is not just someone that knows us, we are not in any way affiliated with this game or something. We are literally just giving our opinion. Also, because we have a lot of bad games that we try to, so be prepared that we're not only discussing good games. We wanted to start with this one because it was good, it's fun, and the music. Oh my god, the music is so good. So if there is any question, please write us in the chat. We answer. Otherwise, thank you again for following us, for giving us your time. In the case of Vittorio, maybe other people from not Italy, your maybe middle of the day. In case you are from Italy, your evening, which is very precious, and that's why we're trying to keep it things fast. And talking about drugs, yeah, I have a magic packet. I told you at the start.
Oh no.
Exactly, never ending and never ending. And I see that no one is writing, so I guess everything was great. Once again, thank you. I'm going to close it and see you next week with. Let's say what we're going to do next week. We're going to do the one that we just did, the roguelike.
Yes,
No,
we
no.
could do that, or I think tonight we have to find a new one. Maybe we can talk about the new game that we'll find.
Okay, so or a mysterious game, or we will talk a co-op roguelite game, which was very interesting because I never played before a roguelite which was also co-op.
True. The name was Astral Ascent.
Astonishing, perfect. And thank you, Brad, and see you all next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.